Hello, Joe and Cheerio here. I want to talk about words some more. How do words come to have their meanings? It's so important because truth is supposed to have a lot to do with words. Any truth you want to express, any truth you want to defend, any truth you want to establish, you're going to establish with words. How do words come to represent reality, right? I mean, one understanding of truth, a pretty straightforward understanding of truth, says that truth is a correspondence between words, propositions, let's say words, sentences, and reality. How is it? Isn't this the problem of participation? How is it that words come to be about reality? If Plato's right, the words are representing ideas. They're keyed into ideas that are eternally true and unchanging. But when we try to naturalize the way meaning happens, it kind of gets a little funny. The grasp that our words have on reality is a little weaker than we might be tempted to think. So let's think about how birds communicate. Let's think about how language evolves. Let's see if we can naturalize meaning in some way. I read most of this book. Most of. It's engaging. It's enjoyable. Thought-provoking. Provoked some thoughts. And provoked some thoughts, reminding me of some of my Wittgenstein reading, the Wittgenstein course that I took with some really talented professors. Let me just jump in here. Okay. The bird makes a noise. What kind of noise? Oh, I don't know. Let's say a surprise noise. Do we need meaning here? Do we need meaning? No, right? If I jumped out at you and you made a noise, that noise would communicate something, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. I used to, at my old house, sit outside, listen to the birds a lot while reading this book, and you can hear them communicate, and squirrels too, right? You can hear them communicate alarm. Is that a word? No. You can hear them communicate alarm. It communicates, right? One bird makes an alarmed noise. That other bird understands. One understands location. The noise comes to mean something to us, something about location, and something about the state of reality at that location. As birds keep singing, as they keep singing, they develop different birds. And people who are really into birding more than me, I'm a casual observer here. They can tell what the song is kind of related to. Now, Hume talks about animal reasoning, but let's not get into that. Hume says that the human understanding is an induction machine. We take in our experiences and transform those into expectations. If we start there, how do words come to have meaning? Well, last time I heard that sound, last time I made that sound, it was alarm. Right? If I make that sound, others will know that there's something alarming over here. Or we don't have to spell it all out. We learn. Now, my kitty cat, Ziggy, is a weird cat, all right? She was a stray, had kittens. Ziggy! Meow! Let's see if she comes. Stray for a long time. She's pretty skittish. And when we first got her, our younger child was a lot, a lot for the cat. Okay, so Ziggy is attached to me. Used to be more so at our last house. Ziggy's very attached to me and will follow me everywhere. Now, when Ziggy follows me up the stairs, I started to notice she's making a little trill. Every time, right as she's passing me. What is this doing, right? How does this become... It's a way of communicating. Now, Ziggy Stardust doesn't have a whole lot of range in the sounds that she can make, but she makes this this little trill passing me on the stairs. And every time it reminds me of when I used to ride my bike to work back in Michigan, and the way you use the bell or shout out on your right. What is it communicating? Location, presence, information. Is it an angry noise? People don't like honking their horns. My little Nissan Cube has a cute little horn. Similarly, I've come to appreciate having a high voice, especially someone who can be perceived as a predator. I like to put people at ease. High voice is nice. I like it. And it helps me sing Neil Young. Anyway, so communication starts with just predictability. It really, that induction machine that Hume says is the human understanding. It's all that you need to get to get into the position to make meaning carriers. Wittgenstein describes the way language takes meaning as being involved in these language games, right? It's the role the word plays in our interaction. If I ask my young child to hand me the triangle block, hand me the one that's a triangle. When he hands me the triangle, I know he understands the words. And, I can test it a few times. Understand the meaning of the word, right? If I say triangle and my son hands me a triangle, we're communicating. Triangles meaning the same thing for us. Here's Ziggy. Okay, so once we get, right, the ability to make a noise that is interpreted in a certain way by someone else, we can start really like bootstrapping up all of this stuff, all right? So, if language, if action, activity, contexts, situations in the physical world are the beginning of meaning, it gets a little funny to try to use our words to talk about things that are beyond the physical world. To talk about things that we don't experience. To talk about, right? This is where Hume's reductionism really becomes so important. If I'm talking about free will, say, hey, I'm a free person. I'm going to do what I want. How does that communicate to other people, right? What are the language games in which that's a valid move? And what are the responses there, right? Meaning happens in contexts. Physical contexts. And this actually has pretty radical transformation, I think, on our understanding of what we can know when we're putting together our languages that are describing the world. What are they capable of doing? Love y'all. We'll talk more.